Mathematica is a good way to visualize what's happening with space curves. And so here I have this question that asks me to visualize the movement of a particle along a very specific space curve here, cosine plus sine t, negative sine 2t times 1 minus cosine t, which is not exactly obvious what's going on. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to, let's define this curve. I'm going to use RT to define it. And that's going to be cosine t plus sine t for the first coordinate, sine t for the second direction, and then negative sine 2t times 1 minus cosine t in the third direction. Okay, so there's my r. Now what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to do a parametric plot in 3D, and I want to visualize r. And this time t is going to go from 0 to a. Okay, and not only that, I'm going to specify that my line becomes an arrow because I want to kind of show a direction. Now, if I evaluate this, I'm going to get an error statement. Okay, because a is not really a number. So what I want to do, the reason I did that is because I actually want to do the animate function around parametric plot 3D in this sense. Animate is going to create a short little video where I get to specify a going from 0 to 15 or 0 to something. Okay, so 0 to some terminal point. So when I hit animate, it's going to graph this parametric plot going from 0 to a starting at 0 and ending at 15. So watch. So as it's traveling around, there it is. It shows how it's moving along this curve. That's pretty neat. Okay, and you can slow it down if you need to. You can reverse the direction if you want. So play it backwards. And this really could be done with a myriad of curves. Alright, so if I wanted to do another one, why don't we just change r up here to something else? How about, well, let's just do the helix. So let's do cosine t, sine t. So this is a helix along its side. And now, if I run this, I'm just spiraling along the helix. The animate function is a great function to have, in particular these space curves where it's sometimes difficult to understand what's going on. It's just a cool visual. If you have any questions on this, I'd be glad to help, and thank you for watching.